Developing what entrepreneurial mindset is so vital in building your business or your financial patterns. All right. So we need to know all of those things and all that. So because of this, I want to add this one to it. So we're going to talk from here. Sorry, I have to clean this place now. This is actually something that a person like Robert Kiyosaki had developed over a long time, and I think normally people are here would be here, but it's the same thing. All right, this I believe, if you are a good student of Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, you will have learned this thing. He was the one that made this thing popular. And there's some knowledge that comes to you or that's established in our world that you can't argue. You argue them to your detriment. Are we together? You argue some knowledge to your detriment. It's not necessary. What do? You take advantage of them and live your life and establish it. So for those of you, if you have ever read that book or you are aware of this diagram, what does this one stand for?
Enterprise.
Employee. Remember this? This one stands for what? Self-employed. See, you people need to know this, very important. And this one stands for what?
Business.
Big business, according to him. He didn't just call it business, call it big business. Because what we are trying to do, we are trying to move from that. Then this one stands for what?
Investment.
Investments. Okay? So you need to know these things. So it becomes like quadratic equation or BODMAS. Remember, those of you who are good in mathematics, most of the time want to solve mathematics. What do? You introduce BODMAS to it to make it a bit simple for you. Okay, there's a definition I have here that I did not remember to call out. Who are entrepreneurs? As just these entrepreneurs are people who create and run businesses. So in case you want to write down that, developing entrepreneurial mindset. So who are these people? They are people that what? That create and what? Run businesses. So we need to understand these are people we call entrepreneurs. In a very simple definition, you know the way I do my things, I like to have a simple definition so that it can really get down, you understand it, instead of confusing you with too many grammar. Okay? So E stands for employee, and of course, the major problem with this set of people is that they sell their time for money. Employees sell their time for money or their hours for money. So they work from 8 to 5 or 8 to 6, 30 days in a month. That was what my brother did for 20 years. Alright, thank God for what he has been able to achieve with that. That's actually where most of us started from. Everybody started from that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not a curse. So in case you start thinking that, oh, was that a curse? No. At that time, it took care of you. At that time, your bills were taken care of. At that time, you were able to feed yourself, feed your family. So it was just a level. You can see the spiritual matter we're discussing. You can see even the business that are levels now. The first time I heard that you cannot be an employee and be a millionaire, I argue like you people were arguing with me just now. How can you say that? I know people who are earning 1 million look big that time until I began to really understand this thing that, oh, it's not this. Okay? So you don't really find anybody who's an employee who's a multi-millionaire. The person comes to a level where you begin to move from there. Even when you're working within a system, all right, they can divert into what? Investment. So that is what makes you really, really rich. Because you love the business and decide to still be there. For example, you're a pilot. Are you with me now? So you just because you are earning millions every month doesn't mean you should not leave the flying work and all that. But while there you are a pilot, you can work to become a captain, and while you are still needing that money, you can invest in properties. You can create your cash flow while you are still flying, working with the company. Are we together? For somebody who does not understand what you are doing because of your level of financial literacy, you will think, is this so and so, I know him, he's working for so airline. No. Beyond what all you didn't know is that he had investments in other people's businesses. Are we together? So now the next one is what? Self-employed. The S stands for what? Self-employed. Now, the way I put it this place, self-employed person is an advanced employee most of the time. All right? Some of us are still there. Personally, I think I'm still in that level. I'm still in the level for what? Advanced employee. Because self-employed person has to be in the business to make it work. So if you are still at the level where you must be at that place to make it work, you are still what? You are in what? Self-employed. You are not free yet. At that level, you can't even go on vacation anyhow. Otherwise, your business can be ruined together. So you are still trying to make things work. But there's always room for progress. Somebody said the biggest room is the room for what? Progress. So you don't make anything stacky with your life. You just keep moving and moving. Now, the next one is business building, which Robert Kiyosaki called it big business. He calls it big business because I remember in his book, and he said in this place, you must have minimum 500 employees to really enter this cycle. You see, for this quadrant, for you to call yourself, oh, I am a big business person, I'm a big player in the industry, you should have minimum 500 persons working for you. That's what you're at least in his own definition. And you can't be arguing with him. It's either you argue with him or you forget about it. He's the one that taught me that your personal house is not an asset. Before then, I thought it was an asset. I argued like every other person. So he taught me that it was what? A liability. And he proved it. And over the time, I can actually see it's actually liability. My brother had the house, see, for that 20 years that he has worked, he had the house for over 15 years, if I can remember vividly. But this is the first time the whole compound has been vacant, doing nothing. This is the first time becoming a business place and producing cash flow. You can see the different level now. You see that now. So that means that house has been a liability to him because he has been maintaining the house, clearing the little weed that comes around the house, and do renovation maybe once in the Christmas time and all of that.
Income coming.
And do what?
I said there was no income coming.
No income can. Income. It's not as creating an income within the same property. Are you seeing the way we think now? You know, my brother is not happy about that money you spent with because he wanted to invest. But thank God he did not waste all the money and he still quickly do some investment. So understand how this thing works. Now the big business is scaling business through what? Franchise. Franchise is one very beautiful one people use to scale business in the big business quadrants. If you happen to bring a very known brand from US or from Europe to Africa, and you are the first, and your contract was well taken care of, covered, that no other person will bring that particular business, my dear, you are made. And you don't have to own it. That's another thing that entrepreneurs need to learn. All the businesses that you are going to found must not be founded by you. You must learn how to leverage on other businesses to create your wealth. Are we together? So that means that some businesses even your friends are doing, you can be part of. Not necessarily that even a person like Felixman can be part of his fish business. You don't have a place to grow fish, for example. Don't it stop you to say, okay, how many can we create another one? I put in 1 million or 100,000. Let's get more fish into this. By the time we harvest it, so percentage goes. Now he's the one that's going to be fully there, making sure the fish eat and all of that. But at the end of the time of harvesting, then so percentage go to the person that brought the money. You that were taking care of it. Now you are like an employee, but in partnership, you also get some percentage. Before you know, the business becoming what? Bigger. Are we together? So that's another one we lack in our nation, or in Africa in particular, because we lack collaboration. We don't learn how to collaborate. We want to own our own, my own. And only your own time is going. To buy a landed property now is not an easy thing. Don't forget that. If you buy it in the bush and you are doing that kind of business, then before you come back, they will help you to eat it. I hope you know that. So if you now find somebody who's already doing it well within the place you live, what a beautiful opportunity to invest. All right, I hope that's a beautiful idea. Yeah. You pay me for that anyway. And especially when you are somebody that loves you so much, who work with you. All right, so that's another one. They said that the I stand for what? Investment or investing. Now, I will echo that statement again and again. The worst investment is better than the smartest spending. The worst investing is better than the smartest spending. So please don't ever you miss that. So what am I saying? With that, find a way to keep investing all the time. Are we together? Find a way to keep investing. Don't choose to stop investing. Now, typically this play, the investing is taking a portion of your money and leverage on an existing brand. It's just as simple as that. It's not my business, I can leverage on it. It's just taking a portion of my money and put it there. That's why we promote CLFI here, nothing else. I'm not the owner of the company. Are we together? I just believe, okay, what they are doing will benefit me, and I take a portion of my money and I put it there and I encourage you to do so. Whether you do that or not is your business. I cannot force you to do that. All right? It's a decision. But I've made my decision, I've done mine, and I just encourage you to do the same. Number 3, in our financial patterns, marketing skills. This is another place a lot of people fail in business. Number 3, marketing skills. Now, the art of communication skill must be mastered if you are going to succeed in marketing. You see that now? If you are going to succeed in marketing, then the art of communication skill must be mastered. So you can see the reason why most of you are running away from marketing is because you can't even communicate effectively the business you are promoting. So you find out that we have many people who just want to invest in a particular business and they are not ready to promote it because they lack the relevant communication skill to transfer or to transmit that business idea to somebody else. Are we together? So you find a lot of people, oh, I don't want to talk, I don't want to, I just want to invest, I just want to invest in all of that. So, but if you are going to be an entrepreneur, then this area of it, you must master it. You must master it. We had a meeting 2 weeks ago at Oxa, which was hosted by Mr. Ozedie. From his testimony, from what he has been enjoying with our business, it was easy for him to discuss the business. And of course, he's learning every day. Oz can leave water to Ikeja or to Ipaja just to come and learn one thing. And it's getting better. And we were so shocked to see how many people gathered in that meeting. They were there. All right? So in business, you just have to master this. So honestly, your secret fear for network marketing is actually because of your inability to communicate the business